What would you do if your online store converted 36% more shoppers? You could take 36% more vacation.
Another pina colada? Yes, please.
Open a new retail location with 36% more square feet.
Fantastic.
Hire 36% more help.
You're hired and you're hired.
Shopify has the world's best converting checkout, up to 36% better than other e-commerce platforms. What you do with those extra sales is up to you. Switch to Shopify today at shopify.com/listen and get a $1 trial. Shopify.com/listen.
Thought we'd let everyone enjoy the saxophone at the beginning of our show. This is three-man front. Pat Landrum, Conrad, Molly back with us on Monday. Hope all is well. Hope everyone is getting ready for just a fantastic weekend. Many of you heading down to the beach, heading to the lake, or just hanging out, shooting fireworks at the house. But happy 250th coming up this weekend.
Question number 23, Conrad. What U.S. president was known for playing the saxophone?
That would be Bill Clinton.
There.
Hey, way to go. See, he's already preparing for his rematch.
Good news for you. That was the 50-pointer.
Would I? Yeah, that would have been enough.
I think that gives you the win.
I think that would have been enough. Would have been close.
Welcome into the program. We are wide open for the most part today. We will talk to Rodney Orr, Tighter Insider. Talk to him about recruiting, what the very latest is. Also, Rob Pate's scheduled to be on. We'd love to hear from you. I know many of you are traveling today. I know based on the traffic in downtown Birmingham, if you're coming through our lovely city, but I don't know how many people are actually working that live in our vicinity. But we welcome your input today, 1-800-239-WJOX. The text line is always open, always entertaining, 205-834-9450. But we start with something that we spent a lot of time previewing yesterday, and it lived up to its billing yesterday as the United States 2-0 win over Bosnia. My goodness gracious, a lot of stress. Usually that's reserved for Saturday afternoons in the Deep South, but I think everyone was a little stressful last night.
Well, first and foremost, I was thinking about our friends at the Finnick who had the draft beer special going until the first goal was scored. So that went for a little while.
Out of beer.
Yeah, I hope everybody got home safely and had a good time there at the Finnick. But yeah, you're right. It was kind of the scouting report that I'd gotten and that you had gotten as we did the quick study on Bosnia before this matchup, and they were organized, they were gritty, but the United States finding ways to attack. Thought late in the first half they got a lot more aggressive, and you know what, finding a way to win. I think I saw that from a couple, including Chris here locally, Richards. What he said, you find a way to do it. Doesn't have to look pretty. Just find a way. Survive in advance. Well,
I think it was halftime. I think Lexi Lawless. I think what did he say? He goes, "Hey, 1-0 or 1-0. Sorry, still trying to get used to that. Yeah. 1-0 could be the equivalent of 4-0. Just get the W.
Right.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
Just survive in advance. And last night, Balogun scored the third goal of the World Cup for him before he was sent off with that very controversial red card that I know I would love to hear from those that follow soccer on a daily basis, because obviously we consider ourselves experts when it comes to college football and some other sports in North America like baseball. But I will be the first person to tell you, I would love to have someone that is a diehard soccer fan call in or text us and give us their opinion on that call. Was it worthy of the call? Have you seen others? I would just like to know in the pantheon of calls in soccer, was that a good one or was that a bad one?
I'm with you. I just look at it, and I was trying to draw comparisons with football. You can't. It's just so hard to judge intent. But you go back, you look at the replay in real time, doesn't look that bad. You slow it down, they give the VAR. Maybe it looks a little bit worse. I don't see how malicious that could be viewed as malicious. I realize why the rule is there. The biggest problem I have is, so you give him the red card and he's out and you're down a man the rest of the match. But then he's out the next match. And then potentially 2 to 3 matches because of the serious nature of the call. What are we doing?
Yeah. I mean, I heard Conrad mention it this morning. For those that did not hear it, just give your example from a college football point of view. Let's say a targeting call.
Yeah, so let's say you're a Auburn fan and Xavier Atkins gets called for targeting. Okay, so he gets called for targeting in the second half. So he's now out for the rest of the game. You also now don't have a linebacker for the rest of the game because that position cannot be replaced on the field.
Can't sub for him.
Can't sub for him. So you're down a guy on defense the rest of the game, one linebacker out, and then the next game, he's not in either.
Or the equivalent of let's say, Ozzy Albies.
Yeah.
He gets thrown out of a game for arguing balls and strikes, and then all of a sudden you don't have a second baseman.
Right.
And you can't replace him in the lineup.
Yep. You just have a giant hole.
And you're batting 8 instead of 9. I mean, it's just – I know that's the way they've always played the game, but for those of us that may not have followed it as closely as we probably should have before we start talking about it, it is odd for us to see that.
Yeah, it seems like a judgment call. The referee from Brazil, Rafael Claus.
He let him play.
He did let him play. I did a quick study, and they've done a breakdown. Yeah. They did a breakdown of his refereeing profile, and I think that on average, he had assessed 1 red card per 23 matches officiated.
Well, I guess
but he handed out 2 yellows in the Saudi Arabian-Spain matchup that he and his crew were officiating before they had the U.S. and Bosnia.
So the problem that I had with it was, well, first off, after the game, I don't know if y'all saw it, but my social media was flooded with videos of other incidents like this,
of Messi.
Particularly Lionel
Messi
doing this in the World Cup and nothing being called. But you also had a situation where, I get it, you're going to tug on a jersey now and then, you're going to hold a little bit here and there. I'm fine with letting them play. I mean, Pulisic got straight up dragged to the ground by a guy
multiple
from Bosnia.
Times. Multiple times.
Nothing was called. Nothing.
Not a yellow card, nothing.
Nothing.
It seemed very one-sided, and that's not just me as an American. I'm watching it, and most of the things, I'm not a penalty hawk or, hey, let's stop play. I understand soccer enough to know that goes on. But there were a couple of times where it was like, you just called that, and we're going to let that. And then they slow it down. And it was exactly what we thought we saw.
Yeah, I mean, when it happened to Balogun, I was sitting there going, oh, okay. Well, it looked like 2 guys. It was almost like, and I know I keep going back to college football, but it's almost like a DB and a wide receiver going after the ball. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you're not going to throw the flag 100%. On either one of them for offensive pass interference or defensive pass interference. But that's where my mind is. That's why I want people to text us that are soccer aficionados to say, no, that was a good call. Because to me, it seemed like 2 individuals that were going after the same thing, and it was just by accident, and it happened. But now our best player, or one of our best players, is now kicked out and won't be able to play in the next round.
That's a really good comparison you draw. That is the equivalent of taking a deep shot down the sideline. You got one-on-one receiver versus DB. Feet get tangled up, whatever. And the referee's letting it go.
He goes, I got nothing. I mean, you got 2 guys fighting for the ball. I'm not throwing the flag.
Well, and the guy, maybe it's different if this is the way that the outcome goes. The guy got back up and walked it off and kept playing. I mean, it's not like you tore this guy's ankle, got shredded up, and he got carted off the field. He was okay. It's unfortunate, but he was fine.
Yeah. And then knowing now what we know, based on the International Football Association board, in which their laws state a tackle or challenge that endangers the safety of an opponent or uses excessive force or brutality must be sanctioned as a serious foul play. Any player who lunges at an opponent in challenging for the ball from the front, from the side, or from behind using one or both legs with excessive force or endangers the safety of the opponent is guilty of a serious foul play.
Stepped on the back of the guy's heel, and he's almost doing the splits. Do you know how hard it would be to just have that kind of force?
That's not where you're going to expect his leg to be.
No.
Looked like he just came down on it. It didn't look like he said, okay, here, I'm going to step on the back of his heel and try to blow out his Achilles.
Yeah, and it was so excessive that he played another 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Again, that's from our vantage point. Soccer people, we want to hear from you.
Yeah, soccer people might text in or call in and say, you know what, guys?
You're missing this.
Yeah, it was a good call. I mean, I watch a lot of soccer. This happens a lot. This was legitimate. Okay, then I respect that. But obviously from the neophytes that we are when it comes to watching this type of soccer at this level, it was just really bizarre. It was one of those type deals that
we want to know if we should be ticked off.
Yeah. And as Americans, I'm sure we will be ticked off.
I'm ticked off.
I'm ticked off. Hey,
that's the way we are.
But how about the shot from Tillman?
It was amazing. Fantastic.
incredible.
I've watched that thing from 6 different angles. Wow.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Well, if you haven't heard it, Telemundo, this is the call. In Spanish, obviously, this is the way it sounded with Tillman added the second goal for the United States.
La carrera de Tillman. Ahí va Tillman. ¡Gol!
And then he went on again.
Yeah, he did that for about 20 more.
I was winding up for round 2.
Yeah, another 20-second. 82nd minute. That was huge. That kind of lifted a little bit of the pressure that everyone – and I love how the announcers – never heard this before. They're going to have to suffer over the next 15 to 20 minutes. Remember when the announcers said that?
Yeah.
Just because at that point in time, the U.S. was just going to have to just play defense the whole entire time, down a guy. And obviously, Bosnia had shots on goal just wide. It could have got a lot more hairier on the back end if one of those had gone in. But just an incredible sight playing John Denver after the game and having everyone just, again, we have a lot of differences in this country, but one thing that unites us, and that is sports and winners. And when we have that, you can see everyone coming together, even in San Francisco.
I'm so good. Our Jocks listeners, great Jocks listeners, they've responded. We've got soccer officials
Awesome.
that are chiming in.
That's
soccer
great.
Folks that just watch a lot of soccer.
Correct us. We want to be educated. We want to know whether this was legitimate for us to be pissed off about it or we're just out in left field and we don't know what we're talking about. So let's get to the text line.
205-834-9450. This one coming from a coach. I'm a coach, soccer coach in the AHSAA. I could completely understand a yellow card being called there, even though I would argue it was incidental. A red card along with a suspension is absolutely ridiculous. If that were called on our team, I would lose my mind. What's more ridiculous is there is no appeal process. We all understand that human error comes into play when it comes to making calls. That's why there should always be an appeal process. Thank you for that, Coach.
And that was my thing. Like after the game, I saw some people on my social media feed. They were talking about, and I got the impression that there was going to be an appeals process.
That's what I thought. I thought there was an appeal. Well, I heard there's an appeal process because I heard somebody on the broadcast talk about it. And then I heard, well, you can't appeal it after a 1 game. And then I heard, well, if it's a 2-3 extended, then you can have an appeal. I'm still not clear if they hand down a 2-3. If Balogun could come back or if we could appeal it. All right, more text rolling in. Should have been a yellow as a tackle, had no malicious intent. At most could have been a yellow. No way it was a red. It's definitely foul, no intent. He didn't see it coming. Didn't see him coming. Should have been a yellow card. Right now,
it's overwhelming that it just should have been a yellow card.
Yes. One of our listeners does chime in. Thank you for your daily. I still hate soccer.
Well, that's what I was telling Landrum, before we started the show. I'm like, it's just unfortunate that you have a lot of people that are getting invested in this for the first time and you have pride in your country and then that happens and it's kind of like, oh, yeah, this is why I don't like soccer.
All right, this is coming in from CJ. According to a collegiate soccer ref I talked to, lower threshold when it's ankle for force. FIFA wants a red card there. Takes a lot less force when studs come down to ankles and pins between the ground and ankle.
Okay.
So the Athletic wrote, they reached out to FIFA, and FIFA confirmed that there is no mechanism to appeal a World Cup red card in their disciplinary code.
So might want to add that in the future.
I guess the good thing is now we know what we have to work with for at least the Belgium match.
As we know, FSU Dave is a huge soccer guy, and he was an official for a long time in the tennis world, and he texted in and it said, solid yellow, but no way a red, especially since the ref called nothing. that this was.
Oh yeah,
a
that's
VAR.
that's another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't even see it in real time.
Yeah, that's another interesting aspect to this. That would just be like all of a sudden in the NFL, Whitecap doesn't call anything in the NFC Championship game, and then all of a sudden New York buzzes down and says, "Hey, we just saw this on the film. You need to call this. Throw the flag."
Yeah, so essentially you can appeal something that happened on the field, but you can't appeal the call that was then later made by the officials. Kind of funny.
This one reads, the deck was stacked against the United States last night. They had to beat both Bosnia and Herzegovina, which we established. They had to play with only 10 players, and they also had to play against the refs. You still overcome it for the win. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate it. Buster Latta says if the suspension goes past one game, they can appeal. Andrew, it definitely should have been a yellow card. If it was the second yellow card, then it would have been a red, but the first offense should always be a yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like I was watching Ty Cobb out there trying to spike somebody. Like, come on.
Right?
Well, and not to mention the fact, it's like when you're watching a basketball game and you're letting guys hand check, you're letting guys like be physical down low, then all of a sudden 2 minutes before the end of the game, you're calling every ticky-tack foul. It seemed to me that the referee had established early in this contest that he was going to allow some shirt pulling or he was going to allow some physical activity.
That's his reputation as an official, to let the game. He's not a ticky-tack official. That's not his reputation coming in. So I just wonder if there's something bigger at play here.
Is he from
he
Belgium?
didn't call it in real time. Is
he from Belgium? I don't know.
Does he owe someone money?
And it just happens to be against one of our best players.
Yeah.
Correct.
Who, before the tournament even started, I remember reading articles because there was a big hullabaloo because a lot of people in England thought he'd play for England.
Yep.
And if you see his situation about where he was born in the United States, but, he's played overseas, and a lot of people overseas thought he would play for someone else besides the United States. So now he's out for the biggest soccer game in the history of the United States.
So who is stepping in for him when he's out?
Is it Pepe?
Okay.
Is he one of them?
Is.
Potentially?
I saw it last night. I can't remember his name.
We're learning, folks. We're getting there.
Let's see. Yeah, Ricardo Pepe. Most likely to substitute for Balogun.
And then I'm still one of these guys, and I'm the same way when I watch hockey. It's funny because I go back to college football and the NFL.
By the way, I got offsides now. I got a good grasp on offside.
Well, now I understand the rule. I just don't like it.
Yeah, no, it sucks because it takes away the most exciting play.
Prime example, like it'd be like in football. Like the DB has to stay a certain area. Like, so if you get burnt and you throw it over the top, that shouldn't be a penalty.
Yeah, it punishes you for being more athletic and faster than the other guys on the seriously.
I understand, but in some of these matchups, I started thinking about why they have the rule. You just send
You'd have a guy cherry picking on the other end of the
Well, you send your guy that's never played soccer that runs a 4.040. He's your speedster, and take your chances one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
That'd be pretty exciting.
I still don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I understand why it's in there. I just don't like it.
No, there's a lot of high school basketball and college basketball offenses set up just like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it works.
But we're learning. I'm just glad we get Monday night.
Once we watch the complete World Cup, we will offer our recommendations for how to change your beloved soccer game, people.
There's people that have watched.
Yes. We will make some
15
tweaks
games of
to it,
soccer.
and we will come up with our version of how soccer should be.
Well, dadgum, just think of someone from 50 years ago like tuning into a baseball game today.
Oh, what is that? Well, first of all,
Pitch clock.
it's in color.
Yeah.
They had color TV 50 years ago.
They're wearing batting helmets.
Well, and that's why, when I brought up the targeting thing, I'm imagining,
Some people,
people in Europe watching American football and you're like, well, how are you supposed to know if that's targeting or not? I don't know. We watch it all the time, and we don't know. Flip a coin.
Define catch.
But that's
How does
right.
they catch?
I don't know.
That's a good point. If somebody came and they watched a college football game for the first time and you have one of those targeting moments and somebody's asking you, explain this why, there's a lot of those instances. I can't tell you why.
No.
Could you imagine if the Europeans were at the Auburn, Georgia game? On the goal line?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
And you're trying to explain that to them?
Or explaining the Kirby hand gesture timeout, no timeout.
Yeah, there was a lot in that game.
Or the Oklahoma game. Why was nobody watching that guy? Can you do that? Apparently.
Yeah. Well, the text line continues to be bolstered by your thoughts and comments. We appreciate that because we want to be educated. 205-834-9450. Top of the hour, we'll go to Tuscaloosa to talk to Rodney Orr. Rob Pate down in Auburn, Alabama. We'll talk to him at 11:45, but pretty wide open today. Love to hear from you. Also on the phone lines, 1-800-239-WJOX.
10:25 here on this Thursday, celebrating a 2-0 win, United States over Bosnia. First win in the knockout since 2002. They'll take on Belgium, but without Balogun. He gets the red card last night, so he's out against Belgium, and then maybe they're beyond, and we hope that the United States keeps winning. It's going to keep on raining because that's the time of year it is. When it does, you want to make sure your home is protected. Our friends at Noto Roofing, locally owned and operated. I grew up with Sammy and Matt Noto. They're going to take care of you. And Chris, who was on my roof, who helped replace my roof, he is their field superintendent. He's going to take care of you. Right now, offering free inspections to all of our jocks listeners, and they offer financing to help with the payments. NotoRoofing.com. N-O-T-O Roofing.com. That's N-O-T-O Roofing.com or 205-848-2299. When Sammy answers the phone, tell him Landrum from Three Man Front sent you.
So the Braves start July much better than they ended June. They beat the Cardinals last night 5-1. Ozzie Albies homer, drove in 2 runs. How about this? The Braves, their pitching staff, just an incredible night, especially the bullpen. They held St. Louis hitless over the final 8 innings. They retired the final 20 batters of the game. Braves bullpen is baseball's best. So all the problems the Braves have had in the month of June, it's been offensively because the bullpen's the best in Major League Baseball. They have an ERA of 2.76, outstanding. This was just the 5th win in the last 18 games for the Braves. So the Braves will go for the series victory tonight as they'll go up against the Cardinals' Dustin May. May has a 4.30 ERA. Hurston Waldrop will be on the bump for the Braves. A little bit of Braves news this morning. They have recalled infielder Jim Jarvis.
Hey!
And they have designated infielder Rowdy Tellez for assignment.
And he's a big boy. Maybe a liability in the field. With
Rowdy got to walk
290-pound frame.
When he came out to pinch hit.
Yeah.
So.
Good game last night. It was good. Hopefully Hurston Waldrop can be the Hurston Waldrop we saw.
It was a good game for you, but.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Good game for us.
It's just not like universal because the Yankees lose again. They've lost 12 in a row now.
Yeah, that's
7.
Oh, it's
7. It's their longest skid in 6 years, though.
Oh, wow.
It's like 4 or 5 years.
At least Boone's getting this one out of the way early. I can say that because my Braves finally won.
It's bad. It's
so
really
who they have this weekend?
The Twins. Got the Twins.
In
Typically
New York?
goes very well when we play the Twins.
Is it in New York?
Let me check. I believe it is.
A lot going on in New York.
It is.
You got the Kelsey Swift wedding.
Yeah, that's today, isn't it, or tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Is that city big enough to hold all of
for
these
them.
things? Yeah.
Maybe it takes the pressure off of them. They can actually play baseball. Because I was texting with Pat yesterday, because the Yankees lost in extra innings yesterday, so it was 2-2. Nothing in the 10th. In the 11th inning, you get the bases loaded, you walk in a run, and then your catcher overthrows on trying to throw somebody out stealing.
Yeah.
And they scored 2 more runs. So you lost on a bases loaded walk and a throwing error by your catcher.
Well, yesterday when we were on the show, and sorry about that, Conrad. I saw the L. I felt for you. Yesterday we had the match going on between England and the Congo. The English soccer fans decided after their match they would go to the Braves-Cardinals game, and then they adopted Michael Harris as their favorite player. I don't know if you saw some of that.
Okay, yeah, that's nice.
On social media.
It's a good choice.
But, yeah, they were having a lot of fun. Pat and his Cardinals were not. But Michael Harris, they were. at least for one night. Thank you, Braves. My July is complete.
Your July.
Because June was dreadful.
You know, I was looking at some stats. As of through last night's games, what Major League ballpark do you believe is the toughest based on StatCast to hit a home run out of? I'm not talking about the number of home runs hit. You take that into consideration. There's a bunch of different factors like hard hit balls, obviously the distance of the fences, the atmosphere, yeah. There's a lot of different things that go into StatCast, but the hardest ballpark as of through last night's games to hit a home run, I'll go ahead and tell you that the Braves' Truist is the 7th toughest to hit a home run out of.
I would think that Petco would be
the most difficult.
One of the most difficult.
I was going PNC.
Petco, I'm trying to find Petco on my list. They're the 8th, so they're right behind the Braves.
Okay.
What about PNC?
You want to go the other way first?
Easiest?
Yeah, you want the easiest?
It's the
Great American.
Or Coors Field.
Coors Field? No. Coors Field is right in the middle. They are the 13th hardest ballpark. It's a very big ballpark.
Yeah, I know. I'm just thinking that's just
Great American Ballpark's got to be at the top, near the top. Cincinnati.
It is the third easiest.
Okay.
Third
is
easiest.
Yankee Stadium the easiest?
Yankee Stadium is the easiest.
Yeah, I figured that was good.
So that plays into Landrum's narrative all the time.
Yes.
About how easy it is.
It's just right field.
Yeah, but it is the easiest.
What about Tropicana?
The next easiest is in D.C., the Nationals.
Okay.
Then the Reds, then the Astros, then Tropicana, and then if you've watched any games in Sacramento, that ball flies out of there for the A's. So, like I said, you've got the A's, Rays, Astros, Reds, Nationals, and Yankees. Those are the easiest. The most difficult, I will go from the Braves down. Braves, 7th most difficult park to hit a home run according to StatCast.
Tigers.
Tigers is not in the The Red Sox are 6. The Giants, 5th.
Okay.
Guardians, 4th. Marlins, 3rd. Angels, 2nd. And Busch Stadium in St. Louis is the most difficult ballpark to hit a home run out of. If you look at our team ERA, we have a team ERA in the low 3s. When we go on the road, it's in the 5s. It's almost like the Colorado Rocky flip.
Yeah. Interesting.
Busch Stadium.
Busch Stadium is right now, according to StatCast, is the most difficult stadium to hit a home run.
I would think, does the humidity, does that hurt or does that help?
People have told us that the humidity helps.
Okay. That's what I thought.
And it's humid there.
I remember when they put the balls in the humidor.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But see, I was like you. Like when I started diving into this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a no-brainer. I mean, I know we joke around about the Yankee Stadium. And again, there's a lot of factors that go into what StatCast puts into it. It's not just the total number of home runs that were hit. It's when the home runs were hit and all these other factors that go into it. But yeah, for Coors Field to be 13th.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Very surprising.
Well, they played that thing at Mile High. That was number one.
That was different then. We will get back to the text line and your phone calls at 205-834-9450 on the text line. This is 3-Man Front on Jocks.
10:36 aftermath. The United States 2-0 win. World Cup last night. Santa Clara / San Francisco. United States is going to move on, Pat, to take on Belgium, but they're going to have to do it without one of their better players.
Yeah, Balogun is out because of the red card, and I was looking over some of the FIFA rules, man, and this is not like when you're exited because of targeting, you know. Maybe you can stay on the sideline. Take a listen to this. He will be able to attend the game, but in a limited capacity. Players serving a suspension may be allowed to sit in the stands, but not in the immediate vicinity of the field of play. Balogun will also not be able to enter the U.S. dressing room, the stadium tunnel, or the team's technical area before or during the match, attend the warm-up, or sit on the team bench. I mean, you thought that he like decapitated the dude's leg or something.
What if you got to your section in Seattle and Balogun was sitting next to you? That would be awesome.
See, if you're smart, would you like auction those tickets off or try to like really jack up those prices? He's going to be sitting right here.
Put him in the rowdiest group because it's going to be rowdy.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
that place will be lit.
So speaking of that, this is one of the big stories out there in Seattle this morning. The Seattle Times is reporting that the minimum right before kickoff of last night's game between the U.S. and Bosnia, a get-in ticket was about $2,000 there in Seattle. After the conclusion of the game, as of this morning, according to the Seattle Times, it's now $3,000.
Wow.
It went up $1,000 after the win. And they are saying that this could be the biggest sporting event in the history of Seattle sports. And you think about it.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, they've had AFC championship games there. They've never had a World Series there. Yeah, they've had NBA finals back when the Supersonics played there. But they are saying that this will be the biggest sporting event in the history of the city of Seattle.
No, I believe it. And that was the goal, wasn't it? Because the U.S. in their first game that they had against Paraguay, where that crowd, it was so electric and they were so into it. And
that was actually Australia in Seattle.
Or Australia in Seattle.
Yeah, the first one was in L.A.
But, yeah, that's great. You got everything you want. It's just we knew it was going to be an uphill climb anyways. It's a tournament. You lose players. Somebody else has got to step up, and hopefully it's Pepe.
I mean, Balogun's got to be in the stands, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be there. Because I guess part of what you mentioned there, right, is if we win, he could then run onto the field and celebrate with his teammates, because it didn't say anything about post-game. I didn't hear.
No, it says he will not be able to enter the U.S. dressing room, the stadium tunnel, or the team's technical area before or during the match, attend the warm-up, or sit on the team's bench.
See, so there you go. That sounds to me like, hey, let's go win.
So he can go sing John Denver with the rest of us.
I could see why, though. If it was another player, you're just doing it in generalities, go and show his butt if he got a red card from he wanted to continue it. I don't know.
So Royal Payne tweets into the show, says the following. He says, I know nothing about soccer either. A guy who does told me the offsides was actually put in to help the offense because it prevents the crowding around the goal and giving lanes to attack. I also cannot stand the only the ref knows the time, extra time. All valid points from Royal Payne.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's confusing. Because there was one of the games yesterday, I forgot which match, if it was the first or second match of the day, but it felt like, so if I remember correctly, they had like 5 minutes of extra time, but then they were like 3 or 4 minutes over that, and they were still playing.
Did you have a stoppage in extra time?
I can't remember.
So they tacked on more time.
Yeah, but you don't know how much time it is. They're just playing. You're like, oh.
Did you notice last night when they said, okay, there's going to be 10 minutes, which
that was a lot.
Which the crowd, you could tell when they realized that it was 10 extra minutes, the crowd was not happy about that. But the announcers were very confident. Like when it was like, okay, we're down to like 30 seconds. And I'm like going, what if there's extra time on top of the extra time? But right when it got to 10, he blew the whistle and it was over.
And it's funny how those players, they know time and score. And strategically some of the things that they're doing, whether it's kicking a ball back or kicking one across the field. Our passing last night was not where it's been. Did not have the crispness, the precision of the accuracy of the passes. Some of those long passes. Thought Robinson got a little squirrely at times.
Yeah, it felt a lot like the Turkey game. Turkey.
Just call him Turkey.
The Turkey game.
The Turkey.
Whatever they're called. But there were multiple opportunities. I know a couple of them were the offsides that ended up getting called, but it felt like it's like if they're just like one step ahead, or they this close to scoring a few more goals than we already have, which I know it's greedy. You won 2-0, but
it was surreal though hearing Leonard Skinner Freebird there in San Francisco and that stadium going crazy, and then having the remix that I guess they've started with a Freebird. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Yeah, that was part of the set list along with a Sweet Home Alabama.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sweet Home Alabama was part of the
And then we
mix.
get Country Road.
Yeah. And you got Johnny Cash. Or no, that was Elvis. Sorry, that was Elvis. It was Elvis right after John Denver.
America.
And then Freebird, and then thought you were in an Alabama football game.
Probably won't get the Puerto Rico song, but
Or Dixieland Delight, but
that'd be a good one.
Yeah, it would be a good one. See if they know the words.
Yeah. 205-834-9450. You know the number. A lot of your interaction we've been asking from soccer folks to chime in and help us to understand what happened last night with the red card. This one rolls in first. This ridiculous red card and all of the ridiculous rules of the suspension just proves why we hate soccer. FIFA is soft as hell. What about number 19 on Bosnia last night trying to start a fight?
There were multiple.
There were a
guys
couple
on
guys
Bosnia
that were getting a little chippy, especially late when you could tell they were like, "We're going to lose." Yeah,
Yeah.
They were trying to bait the U.S. all night.
absolutely.
Like, come on, hit me.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
This one reads, we're fortunate that Belgium pulled out a win yesterday. They're an older team, and I don't think they can match our pace. That Senegal team would have been able to match our pace.
Yeah, what a horrible collapse, though. I mean, that's
Bad.
really bad.
So I'm looking at the Vegas odds right now. It is a pick'em between Belgium and the United States.
Okay.
But the United States is minus 118 to advance. So there's not a minus half goal or plus half goal for either team. It's a pick'em. But the U.S. is a minus 118 favorite to advance.
And who would we get when we beat Belgium?
Well, we'll find out today, but either Spain or Portugal is the most likely.
Oh, Spain or Portugal?
Yikes.
I believe that's the most likely.
Either one of those.
Yeah.
Yikes.
This one reads, explain to to international football fans targeting in college but not in the NFL. Yeah, that'd be tough.
Once again, or define a catch.
Guess what? When we go to media days, they have a press conference to go over it, and nobody still has any idea of what's going on.
Somebody saying, article this morning said the VAR for red card determination is only to be viewed in real speed, no slow-mo or still shots. Well, if you see that in real speed, there's no way you come up with that determination unless you're out against the United States.
And based on other international sports entities, to think that it might be a corrupt organization being FIFA, that is not out of the realm of possibility.
No.
Take the International Olympic Committee, the Doping Association, many of the international sports federations are a complete joke. So,
yes. Somebody says, go look up the sport that mixes soccer and boxing. It may be your new sport.
Okay.
that'd be rugby?
Yeah, I'm like, okay.
Offside was created to avoid the cherry picking.
I understand. I still don't like it, but I understand it.
Posey says we can blame the head ref. It's the idiots. And we can't blame the head ref. It's the idiots in the replay booth.
I just think the world is not ready for America to be this competitive at soccer. And like, we got to do something about this.
Somebody said, had the other player had the ball and he slid in to tackle him, it's a red all day. But he said, I've been watching Premier League for around 7 years. It should have been a yellow card. It was an accident. Nothing intentional. Would never get a red card in the Premier League.
Now, where does this I know he's Brazilian. Does he just do international? Does he referee?
He referees a
Brazil?
local, Brazilian.
Like a local YMCA in Rio?
No.
Is that where he?
No. I don't.
I mean, because I've watched some of these where they say, and I've brought this up before on the show, where these are Premier League referees. Mm-hmm. And like both sides, whatever the country, would have premier guys. And they say, okay, well, this is going to be good because they know each other. I'm not saying that he would be biased, but he would just have a good communication with the players on the field.
He started as a referee from the Sao Paulo Football Federation. That's where he got his start. He served as a VAR official in the 2018 Copa Finals in Madrid. 2019, the Copa semifinal matches. He officiated 9 Poliestadio finals, and he refereed 7 international competitions, such as the 21 Copa America, 2019 FIFA Under-20 World Cup, and the 2024. It just says a local Brazilian league.
So basically, he was probably refereeing like an upward soccer league.
Yeah, sure. And he does international stuff too when he's not doing the upward or intramurals with their local university.
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. All right, more of your texts, 205-834-9450. We'll get to your phone calls next, 1-800-239-WJOX. It is 10:52. Let's get to the phones at 1-800-239-WJOX. We'll go to Tuscaloosa coming up at 11 o'clock. We will talk to Rodney Orr. Don gets us going. Hey, Don, what's up?
Hey, good morning, everybody. Pat, Landrum, and Conrad, I got a good idea for you. I think you need to make our good buddy FSU Dave our soccer analysis the rest of the way. That man, and as y'all know, that man has been all over the world doing tennis umpiring and everything. He would be a perfect guy to explain to everybody what everything means. And I'm like, y'all, I have no idea what all sides is, okay?
Well, I will tell you this, because I know that in the beer summit that took place before the trivia contest, Conrad went and watched, which game was it? Was it the Australian game that you went and watched?
Well, like 5 minutes up before I got kicked out.
Oh, yeah, got kicked out of the bar. Yeah, it was Hastings, Conrad, and FSU Dave. And Conrad said that he learned a lot sitting with FSU Dave, and FSU Dave has texted in and has
he was very
educated
helpful.
us, very, very much so.
Well, he's the one that educated us and called it live with the curling with the Olympics.
Yeah,
when we had it
on
during the show.
That's my point. That's my point. He's gone everywhere in the world you can go doing the tennis and everything. I love this John McEnroe story and everything, but no, I mean, and also, guys, did y'all see what they did at the Hoover Met last night?
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was very cool.
Nice.
So, now, what did they do? Didn't they all? They set some type of record, opening up
aluminum cans, right?
Yeah, it was a Coca-Cola promotion, I believe. But yeah, everybody opened one.
So no alcohol involved, Landon.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that it was intended to be a Coca-Cola, everybody open a Coke at the same time type deal. But they had fireworks, and it was cool. I saw it on TV.
They had fireworks after the game, and some of our buddies from Social Taco went, and some old fraternity guys, Creed, Ray, Bob, and Opie went out there, and everything said they had a blast, just absolute blast. I think they had over around 3,000 people. I think
that's wonderful. Yeah. I love hearing that.
And by the way, there a little baseball talk. Landon, thank you for your Braves beating my hated Cardinals. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, what a day did Dansby Swanson have yesterday?
Good heavens!
The Cubs beat the crap out of San Diego,
23-3.
Yeah, and
23-3.
He had 3 home runs, and then he's got 5 over the last.
How about
games,
this
right?
stat? The Cubs scored more in one game versus the Padres than the Braves have scored in the Padres in the last 10 or 12.
Yeah. Landon, what in the world is wrong with Davis Riley?
Who?
You mean Austin Riley?
He's the third baseman. His last name Riley.
Austin Riley.
I want to hear more about Davis Riley.
Well. Actually, you know what? I got his name mixed up because he's an Auburn golfer. He's actually playing in the John Deere Classic today as an amateur. And my boy Tobin ain't doing too good. He was 1 under after 4 holes. Now he's about 2 or 3 over. But yeah, Davis Riley, the Auburn golfer.
Is that Bob Riley's grandson?
But no, anyway, and Pat, we got a good 4-game series coming up. So if there's no soccer game until Monday, Pat. So me and you, Cardinals and Cubs at Wrigley, starting tonight, I think.
No, it's starting tomorrow.
Or is it Friday through Monday?
We're in Atlanta tonight, unless we're doing the Bosnia thing and where we're splitting our team up.
Keep studying that offsides. Thanks, Don.
Whew. Dave had a field day with that call.
Yes, he did. Rodney Orr comes up next.